have a hydrangea back there, some iris, the lilacs, a crimson heuchera. I've started some foxglove, which for some reason foxglove doesn't like me. I tried some out front, so now I'm trying some in the back. We'll see what happens. And my spirea is starting to bud up, and that's just going to be covered in white blossoms, cascading white blossoms. And it looks like my dinner plate rose is going to have a little tie up too. Otherwise I'm going to lose a branch. And some more phlox next to the bench. And on this side of the bench, a French lilac. This is one my daughter bought me because I lost one of my lilacs one year. And so this one doesn't match. This is a different style of lilac. I have a quince, which is that red flowering thing down there. And I'm going to have to look up quince recipes. I believe there are quince jams. And this clematis over here is going to be a nice deep purple. And the lilacs are coming to the last. All the rain turns the blossoms brown. So on a regular year, when we don't have so much rain, they last a lot longer. And then we have another burning bush, which I will keep trimmed. I don't want it to get too high. And by the burning bush, I have some coral peonies. And on the other side, the Japanese anemones that'll get tall. And then down here, this is called a creeping California lilac. And it will have the blue flowers later in the season. And it does creep. And then earlier this week, I got in here and weeded out all of my nettles. This was nothing but weeds. I trimmed back my ivy so that it's all nice and clean in here. Because this is a work area, I have to get out the side fence to deposit my weeds. And I also grow gladiolas that grow along this retaining wall. So I had to weed that all out so that they would grow. But as you can see, I have not done the patio because everything keeps falling out of the trees. And there is just no sense in spending the time doing that kind of work when 5 minutes later it's just going to be debris. So that will wait for a future date. Just trying to give you a little different view. And I did most of this work myself. Plantings and pathways. I had a fella come in and try and help with the pathways, but he couldn't get them to curve and meander. And I was using straight bricks because I don't have a cutter. And so he finally gave up and I took over. Well, I guess that's about it from Lynn's garden. At least for the back section anyway. And we'll see what's happening out front. So, over and out from Lynn's garden, Port Orchard, Washington.